Welcome to Nassau Community College Forum. This program explores our rich educational environment, including our dedicated faculty, administration, student clubs, and more than 70 fields of study, along with the students who make this college the largest single-campus community college in the state and is the first choice for one of every 4 college-bound high school graduates in Nassau County.
Hello, welcome. I'm Kevin Boston Hill. Welcome to another edition of Nassau Community College Forum, where every week we will shine a spotlight on a different department, club, or area here at Nassau Community College. Today, we will explore the Study Abroad program here at Nassau Community College. Our guest today is Professor Darren Petronella, who is the Study Abroad coordinator. Welcome, Professor Petronella.
Thank you so much for having me, Kevin.
Oh, no, it's my pleasure, because I know when we think of study abroad, we think of something that may be an extra type of part of our educational experience that not too many people really know too much about. They hear about this thing and say, oh, it's so exotic of a program, right, and everything. So I'm sure we'll get into discussing exactly what it's about and who can really who's eligible to be part of this.
Sure.
But before we jump into the nuts and bolts of all of that, take a few moments to kind of explain to the community who you are and what brings you here to Nassau.
Sure. Well, I've been at Nassau Community College for over 17 years. I'm a professor in the Department of Student Personnel Services. I'm a career counselor and a professor, so I specialize in career development types of activities with students, career assessments, exploration, research, networking, things like that. I teach some career development courses. I'm also a psychology professor. And study abroad is kind of a natural extension of my personal interests. I love to travel. I've been very fortunate to travel to various locations around the world, and I've been doing this for a little over a year now as the study abroad coordinator.
Great. Now, since you mentioned you love to travel a lot, do your travels take you to the potential spots where students may be studying, or do you scope out areas that they may want to go to?
I wish. It's not in the budget. But I will say, I get that question a lot. But I would love to have that opportunity. But I think because of my personal travels over the many years, and one of my first experiences out of the United States was a study abroad experience that I had myself as an undergraduate student when I was a student at Binghamton University, which was actually experience that SUNY New Paltz had sponsored for me. So that kind of opened my world to travel. And then over the years, as I have explored various cultures and locations, it's in many ways, it's informed my ability to, I think, advise more effectively as a study abroad advisor.
Great. Now, when we hear study abroad, I'm sure most people think of it as being an addendum that would be part of a 4-year institution traditionally.
Yeah.
So tell us, how does study abroad work here at Nassau Community College?
So any student who is a Nassau Community College student can explore study abroad opportunities through whether it's a faculty-led program from here at Nassau Community College led by a faculty member at Nassau, or through any of the partner SUNY institutions. So there's 64 campuses throughout SUNY, and there's also their partner institutions, which are international. So students can use that as a hub of research. We also belong to a college consortium of international studies, CCIS abroad, and they partner with some private institutions who also have a network of international partner universities as well. So any student at Nassau can be a part of this opportunity. They do, just a point of clarification, they do have to have about 25 credits at Nassau, or at least had earned college credits before they study abroad through a Nassau program, and they have to have a 2.5 GPA, and they have to have a free and clear disciplinary record.
This is not just a fly-by-night vacation type of opportunity for them. They're actually going to be doing some real work when they get over. Okay. So I guess what type of opportunities, or what are the benefits really of study abroad?
There's so many benefits to study abroad, Kevin. The first and foremost, of course, is the idea of experiencing a different culture or a culture of your own ancestors. A lot of people, they think of like the ancestry DNA kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And they say, I want to go to Ireland, I want to go to Italy, I want to go to South America, wherever it might be. And so they sometimes start with their own heritage, and they might want to explore that culture. They might want to explore that language, or both. Okay. They might want to explore the food. They might want to explore the World Heritage sites, things like that. But beyond that, I think it really helps them gain a new perspective on the world at large.
Yes.
How we're larger than Nassau Community College. We're larger than New York. We're larger than the United States as a world, as a collective culture. So I think that alone is one of the many benefits. In addition to that, of course, I think in many cases it helps students to re-energize their desire to learn. It helps them to kind of connect what they're doing in college, what their goals are for college, for their degree, in terms of earning academic credit toward that degree program through a study abroad experience. I think also from an employment and a job search standpoint, being a career counselor with that hat on, it gives them a competitive edge in the job market because they can talk about those experiences. Not every student has the opportunity to do that. So if they have even a short-term experience through study abroad, they get to convey that as part of their resume, as part of a job interview, as part of networking because they're meeting people. With the world of social media, I mean, beyond just the actual physical travel, they can then connect with those people internationally as well. And the last thing I'm going to say personally, I think benefits would be to help a student to kind of create and develop their independence and their self-awareness and their sense of self. And I think that, and of course, if that can expand out to career awareness and other kinds of professional development, I think that's great. But all of those things combined, or any of those pieces, I think are many benefits for their experience.
Yeah, because we always envision college as that opportunity for the student to really find out who they are before they, quote unquote, go out into the real world of work and live their lives. And also, I see this really as an opportunity to do not just local networking, because we know how important it is to network locally, but now you're networking on an international scale.
Exactly.
And who knows what can transpire from those opportunities.
Right. Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned about there may be short-term opportunities. So what are the different types of or lengths of opportunities that are available through study abroad?
So I think for Nassau Community College students, one of the more practical options would be to do either a home campus faculty-led experience, which tends to be something that a Nassau Community College faculty member creates a version of a course that they teach that involves some travel. And they would go as a group with that professor as their group leader, kind of as their chaperone through this experience. It tends to be a shorter term experience. So that might be, let's say, at the end of the spring semester or as part of summer session. It might be maybe a winter course. We tend to, on the community college level, not do full semester abroad experiences in terms of faculty-led. But in addition to that, students, if they don't want to do something through our own Nassau Community College offerings, they can partner, as I said, as part of the research through SUNY or the private schools to look for study abroad courses through any of the other institutions, and they can either go as a standalone freestanding student through another school's sponsorship, and or they can participate in a service learning or applied learning experience. For example, this past summer, we were very fortunate to have 8 Nassau Community College students selected for Governor Cuomo's New York Stands with Puerto Rico Rebuilding and Recovering Initiative. And that was an initiative that he had sponsored with SUNY and CUNY to open up about 500 slots for students to go to Puerto Rico to help them to recover and rebuild. And those students were given the opportunity to go for free. So all of their expenses were paid for. They were able to earn 3 credits for free and receive a small stipend as well. And they were there for about 2 weeks. That was a 2-week applied learning service learning experience where they got to kind of get in there and do some really good work for those survivors of the hurricanes. And so that's kind of another example of going somewhere else but doing good for society, kind of like a Habitat for Humanity kind of
exactly.
In addition to that, students can do internships abroad. I have a student right now who's interested in interning in South America. There's also this academic exchange idea, which is where a student not only goes to study abroad, but they might live with a host family as well. And sometimes then the reciprocity would happen where maybe people would come here as well. And the last, one of the last things I would like to talk about in terms of an opportunity would be, other than all those experiential real live versions of study abroad, we also have a virtual study abroad called COIL, which is Cooperative Online International Learning, where students and faculty from, say, here at Nassau and from a partner institution anywhere else in the world can collaborate online using Blackboard, using Facebook, using Skype, FaceTime to kind of collaborate on class projects, maybe on a common theme, to do some group presentations, things like that, and they're really learning and exchanging cultural and other kinds of ideas.
So you're taking this global experience so you're showing the student that we're more than just Nassau Community College, Nassau County, showing them that we are a more global enterprise, but you're also making it really small because you're doing it in an online environment.
Right, exactly.
Great. So you are listening to Nassau Community College Forum on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Once again, my name is Kevin Boston Hill, and our guest today is Professor Darren Petronella, who is our Study Abroad Coordinator. So let me ask you, because you say the students kind of have to do the research on their own to figure out where they, and rightfully so, because they need to figure out where they want to go and how it fits into their schedule. So what are those resources? What are some good resources they can go to find out about the Study Abroad program?
Actually, most recently, I've been able to expand and develop our website here at Nassau. So if they go to ncc.edu/studyabroad, one word, they can start at our site, which gives them lots of information. It gives them a checklist for students that kind of talks them through what they have to do. And the first thing, to go to your question about research, is that, yes, they can go to the links section where there is a study abroad, suny.edu/studyabroad and ccisabroad.org website. Those are two hub websites for good research. So students, again, can research any program throughout the SUNY system, any of the 64 campuses, or through the private consortium of international studies, through partner private schools and their international partners. So students, they have to do a little bit of research up front, and then they can, once they've identified, 2 or 3 options, they can contact me through the application link right on the website or through email at studyabroad@ncc.edu, and they can schedule their first appointment. And then that's how I kind of help them to kind of filter through those options and develop which way they want to go.
Okay, great. And so therefore, I guess, how long is that application process? Well, approximately, and I know because every student is going to be a little bit different, some may do it faster than others, but what would the recommended period of time be from the moment they click that first link to the application to the point where they're saying bon voyage and they're going off to their school?
I would say a minimum of 3 months, just because it takes that amount of time for them to do the research, to make the appointment, for us to meet, for us to finalize where they're actually going to target their actual search. And then if they are going through a partner institution, let's say a sponsoring institution, another student school, they have to also do their application process as well. They have to get some disciplinary clearance. They have to identify courses that they are going to take. We have to approve those courses if they want them to transfer back toward their degree, which I can go into if you like. So all of that it's a sequential process. There's an 18-point checklist for a reason, and that's on the website for students as well. So I would say at least 3 months. The more time we have, the better the choices they're going to have. They're going to have for themselves in the end.
Right. So you mean I just can't go over to Rome and hang out for a couple of weeks?
You can, but I don't know if you're going to get any academic credit for it, and it might be a really expensive couple of weeks. I don't know, but I mean, listen, travel is travel, and I think there's always benefits to traveling. But if you want to do it with an academic and a professional kind of lens in mind, I think it would be helpful for them to kind of take the time, do some research, and really discover the benefits, as we talked earlier, of what they could really learn and what they can experience through something more, focused toward their degree program.
Excellent. Thank you.
Sure.
So you are listening to Nassau Community College Forum. I'm Kevin Boston Hill, and my guest today is Professor Darren Petronella, who is our Study Abroad Coordinator. We'll be right back after this important message on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
The hard part was determining that I was going to do it, but I definitely didn't do it alone.
At age 30, with the help of her mentor, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
I have a mentor, Maria. She convinced me to continue my education and to finish what I started to get my diploma. Just never judges. She's a true role model. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
We now return to Nassau